Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Salesforce AI Champions. Today I'll be going to talk about and demonstrate like how to use lead assignment rules in Salesforce. So before get started, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel Salesforce AI Champions. So Salesforce lead assignment rules like automated instructions that route new leads to a right user or queues based on the criteria you define. So first of all, we can just access the lead assignment rules by clicking on the setup gear icon, and we can just go to the setup, and from the quick find we can just search for lead assignment rules, and under this feature settings we can find these lead assignment rules. So by default, Salesforce provided the standard lead assignment rule, and and that is activated currently. But we for today's demo, I'll be just creating a new rule. And the point to be remembered that at a time, like only one rule should be activated. Only one rule will be activated. And if I just let me read out the instructions or the help text, like automatically assign leads to users or queues based on criteria we define. So we can define our different types of conditions, like whenever today's use case will be like whenever a lead of country like India is getting created, then it will be assigned to a particular queue that will be just going to create. So you can create multiple rules with different conditions, but only one rule can be active at a time, right? So if I just click on this new, we can just mention our rule name like lead assignment rule, and let me just active this one, and I'll be just click on save. And now after activating our newly created rule, we can see that the standard assignment rules provided by Salesforce is automatically deactivated, and our rule got activated since currently at a time only one rule will be active. And if I just click on this newly created rule, now we can just define our rule entries. And if I just click on new, we can define different conditions here, and there are a lot based on the field lead values field. We can define our conditions, and in here we can specify the order, means there are, if there are like multiple rules are there, in which order this will be executed. So those kind of sort order we can just mention like 1 2, those kind of things we can do. And in here in the step 3, like we can just select the user or queue based on, means the after the lead creation, uh, the owner, what will be the owner of the lead. We can specifically mention our particular our user record. We can just search for a queue itself. So before configuring this tool, let me just create a new queue, so that we can just assign our queue assign to a queue whenever these lead assignments are getting executed successfully. So from the quick find, I'll be just search for queues, and under these users we can find queues. So queues, Salesforce queues are nothing but just you can just treat these queues like a holding areas for records, like leads or cases records can be it just content. So it is used by teams to share and distribute workloads. So they allow records to be assigned to a group of users rather than a particular user. So that kind of thing we can do with the queue. And if I just click on this new button, we can just create a new queue, and I'll be just providing the queue name as India queue, India queue, and we can just define routing configurations as well, but for the time being I'm not mentioning that. And in here we just available object, we need to select the specific object in for which we just wanted to configure this queue, like for lead. So after the lead record got created, and whenever that lead assignment rules are getting matched, those conditions getting matched, then the lead owner will be only will be the queue. That is why we just need to select this object. And in here I'll be just selecting my user as a queue member. We can just mention multiple users as well, but for the time being I'm just selecting only one user for the queue. So after this queue creation, I'll be just go to the lead assignment rules again, and so I'll be just click on this new lead assignment rules, and on the rule entries I'll be just click on new, and I'll be just define our conditions, like whenever the country lead country is equals to India, then we want to assign those created leads to a particular queue. I'll be just selecting the queue, and on clicking on this magnifying icon we can just search for our queue, like this India queue we can just select, and on we can just click on save, and we just need to mention the short order. Let me just mention it as 1. So and we can just click on save, and we can see that our lead assignment rules in got updated successfully, and in the rule entries we can see that our whenever this lead country equals to India, then it will be assigned to India queue. We can make this like email on selecting the checkbox email, so we can just send an email to that lead owner as well, but for the timing I'm not doing that. And let me just create the simple lead. So from the new leads, I'll be just click on this new button, and from the record types, I'll be just selecting either of them, like partner lead, and this checkbox needs to be there, and it needs to be selected if we just want to execute, and we just want to execute the assignment rules checking. So this checkbox needs to be configured from the page layout, so I'll be showing that in some time. So before that, let me just create the queue, uh, the lead. So I'll be just providing the name like Virat Kohli, and let me just choose like web, and in the country, that is the main point, like we just need to select our country here, like India we just need to select. So whenever this satisfied, so lead country is now India, so whenever it's satisfied it will be assigned to the India queue as per the our configurations in the lead assignment rule. So I'll be just click on save, and we can see that lead owner is India queue instead of the particular user, right? So now that I was talking about this checkbox, so assign using active assignment rules, so this needs to be there, and we can just configure that one from the object manager, and we can just search for lead object, and we just need to go page layouts, and we can see what is the page layout being assigned to the user. And for my case it is system admin, and in the system admin we can see that this lead layout is got assigned, and we can just go to the page layout, and from the layout properties we need to just check both of them, if like this lead assignment checkbox needs to be selected, like show on edit page, and default option also needs to be selected, in order if there are like multiple page layouts are there, in that case this both this checkbox needs to be selected in order to this checkbox is showing. And so this is how we can just configure lead assignment rules in Salesforce, and I'll be uploading more tutorials on Salesforce Omni Studio and Data Cloud topics, so please stay tuned. And if you like this video, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.